Today is March 12th, and MLB baseball has been suspended, and we have a full slate of voicemails to get into, and we're going to talk some Yanks, so let's do it. There it is. Let's talk Yanks.
Recaps galore and weekly awards. Stat lines, steaming hot takes. Your Yankees news with these two fine dudes. It's time for Talkin' Yanks. Talkin' Yanks with old JOMBOY and Jake. Talkin' Yanks with old JOMBOy and Jake.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Talkin' Yanks. My name is JOMBOY, and sitting right next to me is my good friend and co-host Jake, and we are in JOMBOY Media headquarters in the Bronx, in the studio, talking some Yanks, coming to you. And we had some huge news today, Jake.
Big day.
We are doing a full slate of voicemails. We will talk about whatever you want to talk about, but there's kind of some big news. Some huge news. Do you want to discuss it at all?
Worldwide news.
Worldwide,
from the club to the parking lot. Yeah, the whole coronavirus has it's stepped up its game. It went from an issue to a pandemic. The MLB just announced an hour or so ago that they will be at least pushing into the season by 2 weeks. Spring training has been suspended. And, yeah, it's been a little bit of a bummer. I think in the words of, who was this? Was this old Gilroy O'Brien, the first of your ancestors to come over? Was it Gilroy that said this?
No.
It wasn't Gilroy that said this?
Seamus.
When life gives you oranges.
Mm-hmm. Peel them and eat them.
Orange, you glad you heard this?
No, that was
not Gilroy.
Nor Seamus.
That was not
either.
Gilroy or Seamus. No,
what that was nothing.
We honestly, I think the most bum moment I saw from JOMBOY was the fact that we will probably not be able to keep our commitment to an episode every day till opening day. And then my wheels started spinning a little bit, but then we both kind of looked at each other and were like, well, we're also exhausted from that.
Yeah.
So, so we still have stuff leading up to what should have been opening day, and we're going to keep things rolling, people. It's a little bit of an extension of the offseason. We're also going to be doing our silly stuff. I know a lot of our Talkin' Yanks faithful are like a lot of day one people that have seen a lot of weird stuff from us. We like to call that fun stuff, so we're going to be doing some of that. This will still be here, and hopefully we can help you cope, and in a month or 2 months, hopefully we can look back and laugh and be like, whew, that coroni's over.
There's an elephant in the room that's attached to the elephant in the room.
Elephant?
Coronavirus is
Two elephants are currently in the room.
Coronavirus is the elephant in the room.
Okay.
Right? And now, once you accept that elephant in, and you're like, I accept that you're in this room. I don't even care about you anymore.
Sure.
There's another elephant in the room that's got a little dress on, maybe some dancing shoes.
You got a dancing elephant in the room. That just feels like a shot fired at me.
No.
Okay.
It look good for the Yankees.
Oh, okay. All right.
I mean, non-Yankees.
We're doing it.
Non-Yankees fans are saying it.
Right.
This may help out the Yankees. We got some lingering injuries.
Right.
Stanton starting to take BP.
Right.
His timetable is probably ready for opening day.
Could be, yeah.
Judge just said he's starting to feel better.
Pushing it in the weight room. Because that should have been the medical staff's advisory. Oh, that first rib not feeling too good? Why don't you go as hard as you can in the weight room and let's see what happens?
I thought he's completely shut down.
Wasn't the tweet today that Aaron Judge is lifting? Yeah, there was you didn't see that? There was a tweet today that Aaron Judge is like pushing the limits of his weightlifting.
What?
Oh boy. See, and this just goes to show you, as I let Jimmy get there, it's been a crazy day at JOMBOY Media. This is going to be a time period that we can look back and a month, in 2 months, in a year, in 10 years, and say, wow, that was crazy with the coronavirus, like a lot of you are, because, I mean, it's crazy what's going around the world right now. But
who tweeted that about Judge? I need to see it.
you know?
Because I read that he was doing that before they found out it was a broken rib, and since then he's been completely shut down.
I'll look for it.
I know
But-
Adler had some tweet, but I don't know if it was that one.
Yeah, okay.
I'll find it for you.
All right, good.
You get in there.
Find it for me. But, yeah, Paxton will probably be ready by opening day now.
Maybe.
Closer.
Yeah, a lot closer.
A lot closer. And the 5th spot, we did so much time last episode about those first 8 starts.
Yeah.
So much effort and talk went in that. So, yeah, does it suck that we don't have baseball for longer? We thought we were getting baseball. It gets pulled away from us. Yes, blows.
Yeah.
Is there an easy spin? Yeah. Some other teams, you don't have easy spins. Is it suck for Hap, who's rolling right now?
Or maybe he loves it.
Or maybe
He gets more time to work on his whippiness.
whippiness. So, yeah, it's all over the place, and it's very interesting. So Aaron Judge says he feels he's progressing ahead of schedule regarding the first rib stress fracture. Next week's CT scan will tell the story. I'm kind of pushing their timeline as much as I can.
Aaron Judge said he's doing gym workouts until it's time for a new CT scan.
But that can mean anything.
That's Cuddy. Yeah.
That can mean he's just like gone the treadmill.
It could. I think he'd say like when they mentioned Giancarlo doing the treadmill, they said treadmill stuff.
Yeah, no, that is not a bad. No, all he's saying is that since he's not out on the field getting workout in, the only way he's keeping his body active is in the gym. I mean, he could just be running on a treadmill doing anything. Like,
Yeah, he's in the gym. He's in the gym working out.
let's not overreact to that tweet. There's nothing there.
There's something there.
There's
He's in the
nothing.
gym working out. That's all we said.
He should be. Just not
Okay.
anything with the shoulder.
He might be, though.
That's a jump.
I wish they said the word cardio.
No, he could be doing
Thank you,
legs.
David.
He could be doing like for you guys to assume that means he's working out his injured shoulder means you think he's a big dumb idiot.
For you to assume he's not is kind of ridiculous. I mean, he could be testing that shoulder. Like that's what Aaron Judge could be doing. We've had players do this. Aaron Hicks did a secret throwing program.
Yeah, I mean, that was just really dumb. Like they shut him down for 2 weeks.
And he's working out. So either way, there's a gap there.
Yeah, different parts of the body.
We don't know that. Now you're making assumptions as well.
Yeah,
He's in the gym.
I'm making smart assumptions. You're making assumptions that are make it panic and bad.
That everything has happened over the past 2 years. Yes.
Yeah, whatever. He's fine.
Testing his shoulder.
That was never said.
That was never said.
Yeah.
And your stuff was never said either.
He's
So
working
we'll
out
move
in the
on.
gym.
He's working out in the gym.
Could mean anything.
Could mean anything.
Yeah, he could be doing jumping jacks.
Could be doing push-ups.
Sure, we don't know.
We don't know.
So if you choose to panic over that, you can choose to panic.
Nobody panicked. You
guys-
panicked the most.
You guys were kind of.
You panicked the most.
No, you guys were kind of.
It's a
upset about
funny tweet. They said he wasn't doing anything for 2 weeks, and then the next thing we heard was he's working out in the gym. And it didn't say anything about the treadmill. As BBD said, cardio or treadmill normally gets mentioned in these things. It's a funny tweet. I'm sorry to have alarmed you.
I don't think it was funny.
Okay.
I think it's normal. We have a bunch of voicemails here. Uh-oh, Corona.
There it is.
Wow.
Went down the wrong pipe. Dude, the not coughing thing sucks.
Yeah, I think even healthy people cough on a day-to-day basis,
Yeah.
right?
I've had to clear my throat twice. I have to clear it right now, and I feel bad doing it.
You can do it. Oh, jeez.
Jeez, that was tough. Could you cleared your throat towards me before though? That's half rude.
This way.
Yeah, that's towards me.
Oh, but that's just an arm thing. Like
I know.
You just did your left. I've never.
Yeah, I went away from you.
Do you ever use your right arm?
I've been going away from you all day. I'm a gentleman.
No, I'm saying I'm not an ambidextrous cougher.
I think you could be.
I've never thought.
I think
of it.
you've got the ability in you.
I
I believe that as your close friend.
It's just a reaction. So
And
I
it's
always
fine.
I always go left arm.
I didn't
Sneeze,
say
cough,
anything.
anything. Because my gross arm. I'm not a lefty.
That's fine. Well.
Yeah.
To your gross side. Let's hear those voicemails.
Hey guys, it's James Estor from Sayre. And today's a Friday. I just got a notification on my phone saying that Aaron Judge is out indefinitely because of a broken rib or
Look at
something
that.
like that. I was just wondering if there's like an over-under, like how many Yankees are going to be injured throughout the year. It's kind of crazy already, but you guys probably already talked about it, so have at it. Thank you. Goodbye.
Yeah, I'm getting annoyed. Whatever. The injuries last year were the most injuries in the history
Right.
of an MLB season.
Right.
The most in the history of an MLB season.
Right.
Which is like a 200-year-old league, 150 years.
Yes.
And, there's been injuries already, but they're like a handful of injuries are normal.
Right.
Have they come to big dudes? Yeah, but whatever. I mean, this season is still in the realm of possibility to play out just fine. And I think the reaction to the injuries is worse than the actual injuries thus far in camp.
A little bit. I think there's a stigma, and it's like you're saying, it should be unfair to think that way, like it should be wrong, but I think for a lot of us, we need to like see it to believe it. Because athletes do get hurt more nowadays, and we do have a lot of like big athletes like Aaron Judge and Carlos Stanton, guys that are built differently. So I think people just need to see it. And it was a total kick to the nuts when like the first thing we hear from spring training this year is like, well, yeah, Judge ain't swinging. Something's wrong with Giancarlo. You're like,
Yeah.
wait, start over.
No, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad. But, like, I don't know. It's just
How about this?
it's one season of injuries, and everyone's like, this is the new norm. This
Right.
is who we are now. And it's like, well, if that's you on you then, because it was one season.
little
This
bit.
season hasn't even started yet. So I'm getting
Right.
fed up with the hysteria and panic over, like, Britain getting hit in the hand.
Right.
I mean, we were all in the same room. That was nothing from the jump.
Yeah, and that was a little bit of the Twitter effect.
But that's what's frustrating me, because that was nothing.
Right.
And like I said it from the jump, like that's not. He's going to be fine.
Yeah, as long as his wrist wasn't broken. But every beat writer tweeted it out. So
Exactly.
we
And
were interested for an hour. And again, we've been trained. I mean, dude, think about go back to last year in the Giancarlo when he got hit by a pitch when he was rehabbing. We were like, how about that? Turns out that derailed him for like the rest of the year. How about this? Because I think you're right with the injury stuff. Like, you can't assume that's the norm, but we've been brainwashed a little bit. Hey, everyone, I know a lot of my sports gambling buddies have been sad. Why don't you sprinkle a little on Judge being the MVP? His odds had to drop with the rib thing.
if he's healthy now,
Now, if he gets a full, I don't know. I'm just saying.
that'd be funny.
I'm just saying.
Sprinkle it on the MVP. I like it. I like that.
You did like that.
So I'm not going to indulge in that voicemail. Do you want to
Cute
give it?
smile.
Do you want to give an over under?
No.
I think that's a really good call.
Thank you.
I think it's smart, because if he's healthy for opening day,
Should I tweet that out right now?
sprinkle.
Should I put it in parentheses?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. Next voicemail. I'm not doing an over under on that. I'm not indulging in injury hysteria
Gotcha.
until we have to.
Yo, Jimmy, Jake, P-Vish. So I got more of a John Boy and Jake question, but anyway, I know you love a good backfire, Jimmy. Is Rudy Gobert touching all the mics jokingly the other day, and then today, like 2-3 days later, coming down with coronavirus, the biggest? Where's that rank in backfires? I think it's pretty strong up on the list. Anyway, keep it going, boys. Love you.
Thank you, Pat. Yes, I do love a big backfire. I think that was a constant theme on John Boy and Jake Radio, which is coming back soon, especially with no sports. And a good backfire is awesome. And Rudy, how do you say his last name?
Gobert.
Gobert?
The Stifle Tower.
Well, if you don't know, he's the NBA player that tested positive for corona. And the day before, he was joking and making a mockery out of it and touching all of the recorders from all the reporters, which then those reporters take and put to other players' mouths.
Yeah.
And then he tests positive. It's bizarre, man. It's an all-time backfire because he was just trying to be dumb and make a joke. And, all time. It's a big-time backfire. That's the type of shit that makes me think in a higher power. Nothing really does. But that, I'm like, holy shit. Is karma real?
Right, because, I mean, there was probably a couple other players around the league that did something kind of silly around that, but he touched every mic and he made a
people
little
have
mockery
been
of it.
coughing on each other
Right.
for the last 2 weeks mocking this thing.
I basically had a romantic scene happen in the subway the other day where a guy fell and I caught him.
Nice.
And he turned and he apologized to me. This was on Monday when corona levels were at a 3.5.
Was he a subway surfer?
Oh yeah, he was trying to be.
Dude, those people crack me up.
I can subway surf pretty well.
But why would you want
It's
to?
a hell of a foot workout. Coronavirus.
Oh, you're not touching things.
I'm sitting.
So then you're not surfing.
But right now I'm against holding the pole.
Okay. The subway surfers crack me
Clip
up.
that out.
Just stand there, try to ride the starts and stops. It's come on, dude. Come on. We got a double parter here.
JOMBOY, Jake, it's Max from Virginia. I don't want to talk baseball. I want to ask you guys a question. Have you read the Steinbrenner book by Bill Madden? The aesthetically pleasing question this week triggered this in my mind about Gary Sheffield. Did you guys know that if it weren't for George Steinbrenner being the old George Steinbrenner, that instead of Gary Sheffield, the Yankees could have had Vladimir Guerrero Sr. in his prime? Steinbrenner, because Gary Sheffield is the nephew of, oh God, Darryl Strawberry, or the other one. No, I think it was Darryl Strawberry. All right, have a good one, guys. Go Yanks.
And a follow-up.
Guys, it's Max from Virginia again. I screwed up. Darryl Strawberry is not the uncle of Gary Sheffield.
Gooden,
it was
right?
Doc Gooden.
Yeah, Gooden.
I just completely jacked that up. Hopefully Darryl, Doc, and Gary are not listening to this because I am very afraid of all three of those men. I think they could all still put me in a headlock and rip my head off my shoulders. So I just wanted to correct that. If not for Dwight Gooden pushing Gary Sheffield on George Steinbrenner, Vladimir Guerrero would likely have been a Yankee. Can you imagine that? Also, can you imagine this Astro stuff if George were still alive today? Have a good one, guys. News on that. Go Yanks.
Imagine if he was still alive today. Well, that's actually a good, funny thought.
So our friend there, well, A, double voicemail is always going to get a little bit of a laugh out of us. B, the close wrote me back in because revisionist history gets tough after a while because people probably forget, as did I, in 2004, Gary Sheffield finished second in the MVP voting for the Yankees. So it's not like it was a scrub or Vladimir Guerrero.
And Sheffield wasn't bad for the Yankees in his 2 seasons.
No, his 2 seasons he was great. He averaged 35 homers and 122 RBIs. He was pretty good.
Yeah,
but
Vladdy's... Yeah, Vladdy had a 976 OPS. Gary had a 909. So, I mean, Vlad was better, but it's not...
Yeah, Vlad kept it going for a couple more years. It's a little bit of a revisionist history, and yeah, I get the connect the dots there. Yo, I had not thought about if George had been around for this Astros stuff. He would have lost his mind.
Yeah.
He would have gotten in trouble.
I don't think he could have been around.
He would have gotten in trouble.
He would have gotten a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Someone should make an account. Someone that's good and...
Ooh, yeah.
go-
Hoodie crew, figure it out.
No, they were way too young. No.
Oh,
I like the Hoodie crew. They know that, but they're way too young. It needs to be...
No offense, Hoodie crew.
Needs to be someone who is older
Yeah.
and has done due diligence on George's tone and reactions and the way his brain worked, because I don't even know.
Yeah.
But if we had a good Twitter account like what George would have said, and it was kind of you read it and people were like, that is what he would have said.
Know who's a great candidate for this, but we'd have to twist his arm a little bit?
Who's that?
Michael Kay.
Yeah. Should we just start calling him up and be like, can you tell us what George would have said? And that's his only thing. Not your thoughts, Michael. Just what George would have said.
You should DM him.
He's on his radio show right now.
He's a sick pup. Next.
I'll DM him. Next voicemail as I DM Kay. Here it is.
JOMBOY, Jake, it's your boy Chris down here in Tampa. I got kind of a dumb question or scenario, whatever you want to call it, but obviously Judge hurt, Stanton hurt, Clint's doing his thing, I guess. We're trying to do hard in the outfield. But what's to stop the Yankees from signing Yasiel Puig? That'd be something, huh? Let me know what you think.
I believed we talked about Puig, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
There's no need. I
Yeah.
mean, Hicks is coming back. Judge is coming back. Stanton's coming back. You have Gardner. You have Talkman. You have Clint. And you have Andujar who's getting reps in the outfield. Believe it when I see it. But, like, he's not a need. And then when you sign him, and then if those guys are back, then you have a guy who wants to be a guy that plays a lot. And I don't buy into the Puig is a clubhouse cancer. We've talked to people around the league. We've talked to ex-teammates that say, dude, that guy's great. He's quiet. He wants to win like crazy. But anytime you have a dude who wants to be a starting pitcher because he's a starting player because he's young, and all of a sudden he's on his bench, that's like when they got Canseco, and then they just put him on the bench. Like, that's how you cause just bad moods. So Puig, would it be fun for a month? Would eventually, like, more injuries happen? The money and then the downside when you don't need them, it would kind of suck and it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and it's like you're saying. I mean, there might not even be a bench role for Puig in a couple weeks.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So yeah, it's a fun concept, and you won't find two people that are more into Puig on the baseball field than we are. But yeah, it just doesn't make sense. Is it fun? Absolutely. But yeah, not right now, unfortunately.
I'm DMing Kay. What do you think George Steinbrenner's reaction would have been to the Astros cheating scandal? I mean, he's currently live on radio.
Yeah.
But we'll see what he says. Maybe that sparks the show, and then they're going to need topics to talk about for 2 weeks.
We're helping them out.
Yeah. All right. Next.
What's up, JOMBOY Media Gang? This is Connor in the Bronx, long-time listener. Sort of a general question. One of the things I think is the dumbest things you hear all the time in baseball is when people say, "Oh, this guy sucks, but we're paying him a lot of money, so we got to run him out there. You know, we're not going to let $25 million sit on the bench." I think that's really stupid. You're not going to get out of paying him anyway. If he's hurting you on the wallet, why let him hurt you on the field? The whole Chris Davis and the Orioles situation kind of made me think of this. Just wondering what you guys thought. Love it. Keep crushing it. Talk to you guys later.
I don't know, man. Like, there are investments, and it's very interesting. Chris Davis is a really good thing. Jacoby Ellsbury was really good. Clearly, the Yankees tried to weasel their way out of that in a way.
No update on that in a while, huh?
No, I don't think we've heard anything. He won his case, lost his case, or whatever.
At the time, it felt like a Hail Mary by the Yankees, and maybe that's exactly what it was. But
what do you think, Jake? I mean, if you pay a guy a lot of money, you got to reach. Is it a pride thing why teams keep guys?
It's hoping they get something. Like at first, I think the Chris Davis thing with the Orioles last year was like a positive thing at first because he was putting in the work, and like the guys were looking at him as like, hey, this dude's hit 50 home runs in a season in this league, and right now he is struggling, but he's working his ass off. He finally got the hit. It was a whole thing, and then they were talking about getting rid of him. And I think like this year might be the year. I mean, as long as they're not being detrimental to the entire program, I mean, it's tough. It's tough for the Baltimore Orioles to just say they're going to swallow that much money. You know, Ellsbury and the Yankees, that's a blip on the radar. For a lot of teams, it's not. A lot of teams, a bad contract cripples them for a while. Chris Davis is kind of a good example.
And you got to replace him with other money.
Right.
The Orioles, no one cares, though.
And that's the thing. It's not like he's blocking a prospect or there's someone they really want to see. Like,
when it gets to that, they'll get rid of him. That's what happened with A-Rod, and that's what happened with Jacoby.
You're going to wait until the last final moment. Because what if Chris Davis, the cutting him is a wake-up call, and he goes to the Blue Jays and he hits 40 home runs? I don't know. It's not likely, but at that point, you wait until the final moment to do that.
Yeah. And we're getting away from those contracts. We'll see.
Yeah, baseball wants to.
They just gave out a ton, so maybe in 5 years we'll be looking at another
Yeah.
whole bunch.
Hey guys, this is Evan calling from Long Island. I'm begging you guys.
Oh.
Oh.
Evan?
Can you please kill this false narrative that tall athletes just get hurt more often than short guys? Do our fans, these fake scientists, watch the NBA or the NFL at all? Do they see these 6'8" LeBron Jameses? My whole life I was watching Michael Strahan. This guy's 6'5", 255 pounds, never gets hurt, and all of a sudden, Judge is hurt and Giancarlo Stanton are hurt. That's probably because they spend too much time in the weight room. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. Every single athlete spends a ton of time in the weight room. Look at guys like Dave Winfield, 6'6", 220 pounds, played 20 years with only 3 seasons, less than 140 games. So please, guys, cut this out already.
I'd like to see the stats on this one.
Yeah, I'd say there is one thing that's true, and thank you for calling in. And our caller mentioned the NBA. The NBA does have a history of big men with injuries that ends crazy quickly. Greg Oden's the one that a lot of people know, but if you're a big man that has injuries, things wrap up pretty big on you. Now, those guys are a lot different than the size of major league players. That being said, if you're doing comparisons like that, someone like Aaron Judge is an outlier on the major league spectrum. So is it fair to have some concerns? Yes. Should the people on Twitter have a bona fide opinion on it? No. Could you be a little scared? A little bit. So I think you're right. No one can diagnose it, and everyone is different. And so much goes into baseball. Look at all the pitchers, how you throw, what your swing is like. So many factors look into it. And if you're going to do the big guy, little guy thing, I've been pretty big on the Dustin Pedroia thing. Look how quickly he fell off. And so is that because he's small? Is that because he had an injury history? So you could go either way with it. Nobody really has the perfect answer. I think it goes mostly to the individual. Brett Gardner probably shouldn't be the athlete he is. Not a lot of people at his age have his speed and are doing what he does, but he clearly put a lot of effort into his body, and he's had a fairly clean bill of health. So I don't know. I think we're trying to learn as we go. But, yeah, everyone on Twitter has an opinion.
I'm reading an article from 538.com. They're a bunch of nerds over there, right?
Yeah.
They're smart people.
Kinda.
Kinda.
They try.
The headline is tall players are more prone to injury.
Tough. NBA, MLB.
NBA they're talking about Joel Embiid.
Right.
And then I read a bunch that it's stride length. Oh, so NBA share of games missed by lottery pick NBA players by height, 7 foot and above is way beyond. They're way more injury prone. Almost double. Not almost double. 14% for 6'8" to 6'11", 23% to 7 foot and above. To me, I'm a simple math guy, just really like math.
Sure.
More body, more places to get injured.
Ooh.
Soft tissue injuries, they got more soft tissues.
I like that.
So it's just an odds thing, right?
I heard that about cars once, and my eyes lit up. They're like, more things and features you have in a car, more things can break.
Yeah.
Sunroof could break.
Oh, yeah.
Automatic step getting in a SUV.
Can break.
That'll break.
Yeah. That's why you've always been go-kart only.
Strictly go-karts.
Yeah.
In the city? Oh, my God.
Oh, wait, that's JOMBOY thing. I can't do that. Look out. Hey, it's Bubak. So I'm so ready for baseball to begin, and I thought I had all the silly questions out of my system for this off season, but I was wrong because I was listening to today's March 9th episode of Talkin Baseball, and your ad for the Weldon underwear, and it made me think, how many guys on this year's Yankee squad are not rocking boxer briefs? Because boxer briefs are kind of a new thing, and that everybody has boxer briefs. So other than Uncle Brett, because we all know he's still rocking tighty whities, and maybe Dono, who else is rocking whitey tighty? And who doesn't? Who goes commando? Who's commando in their baseball uniform, if anybody? That's all I had, guys. Can't wait for this season. Wish I could be there on Saturday for the welcoming party at Phillies in the Bronx, but I can't because I'm in Nebraska. So thanks, guys.
I
I forgot we're a flush pod. So
Flush pod.
Flush pod.
Thanks, Bubak. A little dated. Everything gets dated quick when they cancel the entire league, huh?
Yeah.
So the party at Billy's is canceled. Opening day, it's not coming as quick as you wanted, Bubak. And I think clean sweep boxer briefs in the Yankees clubhouse, especially playing uniforms.
There's a couple things going on in here because sliding shorts.
Yeah.
Guys love those.
Yeah, that's basically boxer brief in a way, compression shorts.
So I think
shorts.
it's after the game. Yeah, during the game, I don't think you're getting any cup-only guys. Maybe back in the day, because everyone likes a good pair of sliding shorts when you're playing baseball.
But then, like, if you're wearing those while you play and you're used to that, that's what you're wearing.
You think so? I don't think so.
Boxer briefs, it's close, it's similar.
I think a lot of the guys are wearing like sexy stuff.
Keeps it tight. Like Giambi just went thong.
Sure.
Jeter said he wore the thong one game.
Got to.
Yeah, get out.
Slump buster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I think a lot of the guys are wearing sexy undies after the game.
I only have one lock for Whitey Tighties.
What do you got? Right.
Yeah.
He was mentioned in the call. Actually, I got him wearing sexy stuff. So.
What do you mean by sexy stuff?
Yeah, like silk or like a cool new boxer. I don't even know.
Have you ever worn silk boxers?
No.
Oh, BBD, have you ever worn silk boxers?
I know they're not comfortable, but
just
that's how those guys live.
Sweat machines.
Yeah, it's swag.
And then you just slide all over the place.
Yeah.
You sit down and you're like sliding in your own pants. Silk is crazy.
Yeah.
It's gross.
Like Wader's got some silks going.
Wade?
Yeah, him and Clint.
Oh. Next.
You like that?
No, I don't like that at all. I'm out.
Fellas, it's Joe calling in. I got a question.
Hi, Joe.
I'm going to have to agree with Jake about Lasagna as the fifth guy. I think the opener hurt them last year going into the postseason / tail end of the season. You saw it in Otto. You saw it in a couple of the other guys. What do you think? Fifth start Lasagna. Go Yanks.
I don't see the correlation between the opener last year and the bullpen guys because the Chad and Nestor they went like 6 innings, which is what like Lasagna, if he goes 6 innings, that's the same thing as Lasagna and Sessa. You know what I mean? Like
I was with you and I was lost at first, and he said related to the postseason, which I don't fully get.
Because Otto got tired, but I don't think the opener had anything to do with the overuse of Otto.
No. I don't know.
May all not matter because Paxton may be really close now.
Yeah, maybe Paxtaddy's a little closer.
So 2 weeks is the minimum, remember.
Right. It's probably 2 weeks into the season, probably closer to 4, 6, 8, who knows. I mean, my whole thing is asset-wise. We'll see what Johnny Laza's got. I mean, I think you keep him stretched out as long as he can, whether it's following an opener or as a starter. But yeah, I mean, this is my last chance for him to be a starter.
Yeah.
Or have that length at least.
Even if you start him, I think you're like one time through the order, 3 innings, we're happy.
Yeah. And I just think I think this is where I landed last time.
Two bulk guys.
Well, yeah, we'll see what happens. You know, obviously right now the season's on delay, but imagine if Johnny Lasagna goes out this year, he gives us 4 good starts, 3 good starts to start the season, and then he gives us a couple along the way. And Johnny Laza finishes this year with 100 innings pitched, nice ERA, nice strikeouts with, a good 7 games started. His projection for next year looks a whole lot better than if he does get hurt this year and he pitches 40 innings. Then, the whole scope of Johnny Laza has changed. So I do think it's a big year for him. Health-wise.
I disagreed with you until I saw that we have him locked up for like 5 years. So then the plan to have him a starter by 2022, even 2021, is still there. So I wouldn't go the 1 inning guy, but I think you turn him into a 3 inning plus guy because he has the innings limit.
Keep him stretched.
And if he fails at that, you have to be quick to say, let's try him as a 1 inning guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm an injury away from 1 inning guy. I mean, he's still so young and so inexperienced that if you can just get innings out of him, you could keep that window open. But he's an injury away.
Yeah. I just messed up.
I'm sorry.
Who was that last call? I found it. We're up to Jordan.
What's up, boys? It is Jordan from Boston. Gary Sanchez injury news broke. Going to keep him out until next Friday. So obviously, with this team, he's going to be out the next 4 months because they don't know how to, address injuries.
See?
So it kind of leaves me thinking I don't feel comfortable with just
started
taking
a little bit of
couple
this.
30-something-year-old guys as backup catcher. You think they might bring somebody in at the end of camp like they did with Talkin at catcher? I'm thinking that might happen. If not, what position do you think they would bring somebody in at the end of camp? They've done it the last couple of years. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks. Go Yanks.
Yeah, Gary's another one. Like that injury, I'm not scared of whatever Gary's going through. And when it broke, I didn't worry at all. I think that's totally normal. He's crouching in a new position for the first time, and he did 2 full games back to back, and he was like, hey, can I get a couple days of rest? Not worried about that one. They have a lot of depth. Like Yes Network just did a whole feature on the depth they have as catching position with Iannetta and Kratzy and Tolley. So if he goes on the injured list, I think it's Iannetta or Kratzy. I don't think they're going to bring in another guy. I'm not saying zero chance, but
by the way, this we mentioned Judge G. Gary was kind of on the fence for the start of the season. We did a whole thing like, hey, do you IL him the first week, something like that. This is good for Gary.
Yeah. Gives more rest. Do you think they'd bring in a catcher?
I don't think so. They believe in the guys. They believe in Kratzy. They believe in Iannetta, and I think it's you at least let it play out until the trade deadline.
Yeah.
If Gary's hurt and you think you might need another MLB guy, there's catchers to be had every year at the deadline.
Okay. I agree.
Yeah. Thank you.
You can bring Cervelli back.
Cervelli.
Down in Miami, right?
I think he's in Miami.
Yeah, you bring him back. Firecracker.
No, you like that.
Love Cervelli. And he does steroids, so you're good on injuries.
Hey, JOMBOY, Jake, Joe from New Jersey. I was thinking, listening to you guys' last voicemail episode, thinking about, the impact of what the Houston Astros have done to the game. And the more I think about it, the more I think about the severity of punishment. And this is my over-under bet. I want to see what you guys think. I think by no later than the trade deadline, Pete Rose makes his final case to get into the Hall and be reinstated into baseball. I believe that on the grand scheme of severity, Pete Rose and his gambling had nowhere near the impact that the Astros have done. And I think a precedent has actually been set with the Astros from Manfred. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks, guys.
Thank you for the call. Manfred didn't set the new precedent. He just fucked up.
Yeah.
If anything,
he kind of followed past presidents.
No, he didn't.
To not suspend them or not take the trophy back. Like he said, he followed.
Well, he was like, no one's ever taken a trophy away because no one's ever done this.
Right.
But people have been banned for cheating before, or less than cheating, and Manfred just fucked up. Like, this doesn't make the Rose look better; it just makes Manfred look bad.
Yeah,
like you can't. No one's gonna be like, Manfred didn't suspend the Astros, so the 1918 White Sox, they should be not kicked out too. It's like no.
What if Manfred says Rose is eligible for the Hall of Fame or brings him in? You think that'd be a Band-Aid?
That's the end of Pete Rose's fame. Last thing Pete Rose wants.
I'll tell you, I bet he wants to be in the Hall of Fame a little bit.
I think he's going to want it like right before he's like done. Because he makes a ton of money.
He might be there.
Off reminding people.
I think he wants to be in the Hall of Fame.
Sure he does. He should be as a player anyway. Just separate it.
Yeah, and by the way, you're about to hear a lot of Pete Rose in the coming weeks because that is a classic sports radio topic when you need a topic.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be a big couple weeks for Pete Rose. Invest in some Pete Rose right now.
Pete Rose does like meet and greets. He charges like exorbitant amounts of money.
Yeah.
It's crazy. He should be in as a player.
Yeah.
But
One day, it's the dead or alive debate at this point.
If you're using Manfred's ruling about this as like a precedent for anything, you're wrong.
Yeah,
because it's
just an outlier.
Yeah, it's an outlier because Manfred messed up.
Math pod.
He even knows he messed up.
Yeah,
that's why they extended the Boston one. I think he even admitted that somewhere.
Have we gotten that news yet?
I don't know. I know it to be true, but I don't know if it's news yet.
Talking Yanks, what's up, boys? It's Greco down in Dallas. Been a little while. Interesting offseason. I'm ready for this thing to get going, man. Here's my question. So I played my high school alumni game a few weeks ago, and there was a kid a few grades younger than me that made it to AAA with the Nationals, and he was telling me one time about how he was playing the Yankees affiliate with Judge and a lot of those guys, and he was playing third base. He had to play up against Judge at third base, and he said that was the scariest thing in his life. And so it got me thinking, what would be your scariest scenario if you had to play against the Yankees? Would it be at third base, infield up against Judge or Stanton? I batted lefty, so mine would be facing Chapman. I'd probably just bow out. So I thought that was a fun question. Love what you guys are doing. Congrats on everything. Let's go Yanks.
It's a really good question. I didn't know where the question was going to come.
Question.
It's a good question.
Yeah. Thanks, Greco.
Also,
Dallas, what up?
Greco, tell your buddy, your alumni buddy, that his coach hated him.
Yeah.
Because why the hell would a coach make their third baseman play in with Judge up?
No.
He didn't like him.
If Judge bunts, win.
Sure.
Easy win.
He's on first.
Yep.
Great. It's messed up. Playing third, like I always pitched in my beer league softball league.
Sure.
And at one point we were like getting blown out, or we were blowing them out, and someone else said, I want to pitch.
Sure.
So I said, sure. So I switched and I played third base. This big dude came up. Like big dude. Like the mean guy from Rookie of the Year. Just tongue out wagging his bat. And I backed up to the grass.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that. There is no way I'm playing level with the bag or further. So I'd think that with Stanton or Judge up playing third, if you were told to play in, which you're not going to be, but
no.
I think that may be my scariest. Chapman was the other place my mind went. Do you have a different one?
Well, we saw that Giancarlo Stanton foul ball in spring training last year. That was one of the scary things we've seen on a baseball field. So
a bullet.
I think it's in on Stanton playing third bases. But at the same time, when he brought up Chapman and being in the box, I mean, we kind of forget how scary. I mean, I saw 78-mile-per-hour fastballs that were scary.
Yeah.
You know, Chapman's up there for me too. Doesn't care. It doesn't matter righty versus lefty for me.
Yeah.
The matchup's fine. If the Yankees had a sidewinder, a right-handed sidewinder, that would be the easy win for me.
Yeah, you don't like that?
I hate sidewinders already, and if there was a sidewinder on the Yankees that could throw like 90, I'm not getting in the box.
It's tapping out.
I would go lefty and just stand in like the front corner of the batter's box.
Oh, I have one. If I had to pitch to Judge or Stanton, no L screen.
I mean, they're not coming back up the middle against you.
If they are, I'm dead.
Just going glove penis.
Ooh, or a cup.
I'm still putting my hand in front of it.
Break your hand for no reason.
Rather break my hand than take a Judge 115er off my biscuits with a cup easily.
It's a really good cup, top of the line.
No, it's not.
Metal.
Interested.
Okay. Tin cup.
I mean, that would still go against everything around it so hard.
Yeah, but you got cushions
a pain
there.
in and of itself. Oh, I've got cushions. So now I've got a pillow and a cup.
Yeah.
I'd think about it.
Okay, cool. Next voicemail.
Hey, this is Tim from Chicago. I just got the Judge news that
Can
he
you
has
pause
like
it?
strained or sprained.
What if it was like fly ball? If you catch it, your team wins the World Series. You drop it, your team loses the World Series. Like, does that work in that game?
Different kind of fear, right?
Yeah.
It's mental fear versus physical fear.
Right.
And do you know what my catching isn't there for me? What it is having to like throw the guy out at the plate or at second. because I used to have dreams when I was younger.
Sure.
That I just spiked the ball at my feet.
Ooh.
Like yips.
Like an all-time bad throw.
I had dreams that
Interesting.
I used to have nightmares, and my nightmares were that I was playing left field, and I just got the yips, and I would just hold on to the ball too long and just like right at my own foot to spike it.
Then you just kick it.
Paul O'Neill style.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like that was honestly haunted me for a little.
Yeah, I don't know, because I mean, it's not like you're gonna have a throw. There's so much less pressure on a throw.
Yeah, but even like getting it in quick.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that was my nightmare. Respect it.
I'll respect it, but I think fly ball, catch it or not catch it, World Series is more dramatic.
Not like
than
a
that
can of
situation.
corn, but like on the run, like you should catch it on the run.
Well, I'm thinking current skill set can of corn.
We're just talking about Clint Frazier's day-to-day.
Well,
right?
we also caught fly balls the other day, and it wasn't the prettiest thing in the world.
No,
that's what
but
I'm saying.
I
Like,
took 10 years off.
Like right now,
I was actually very proud of how I handled those for taking 10 years off, and there was a lot of wind.
All right.
I caught 50% of them. I did the math because you guys were acting like I didn't.
It wasn't pretty.
I caught half of them.
Next call.
We're in the middle of this one. We'll go back. Hey, this is Tim from Chicago. I just got the Judge news that he has like a strained or sprained right rib. The thing is, like, I just don't understand. They said it's dated back to September, so he played through the playoffs. He played through all of that, the rest of the regular season, and then he's such a big-bodied guy. You know he's lifting in the off season. You know he's running and throwing. He's not like he's just waiting for spring training. I just don't get how he didn't feel it, and then all of a sudden he felt it. I don't know. It just seems like the Yankees take so long with the
So,
if I may,
yeah,
I'll start off with a couple things. Difference between these guys between being injured and being hurt. Judge felt it.
They feel things nonstop.
He played through it. Yeah, these guys live in a grind and a crazy lifestyle. And B, the second thing I'll put in there before JOMBOY gets there, go listen to our guy Joe's McFly on Pinstripe Strong. He had Jerry Hairston Jr. on, World Series winning Yankee, and he had the same exact injury, and he talks about some of the dynamics of it, and he actually had a very similar experience to what Aaron Judge is doing. So go check that out.
Yeah, his didn't get diagnosed for a year because it's just a weird thing to diagnose. I'm making a mental note.
Mental note.
We record the voicemail episodes on Thursdays. Let's just take phone. I'm going to tell Luke who does it, or maybe BBD will take over, like Wednesday and Thursday only. It
Mental
moves
note.
too fast.
Yeah.
Moves too fast.
Well, during the season, we do it Monday nights, right?
Yeah, but that's like a while away.
That'll be
now.
a little bit. Yeah.
So we'll remind them then. That was our last voicemail.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, done.
Anything else on the rib? You didn't really comment.
We talked about it all last episode, so I feel like we already spoke on it.
Okay.
Hairston had it. It's hard to diagnose. I mean, it doesn't really fall on anyone. Judge had like a 1 out of 10 pain level where he was like, something weird is going on.
Yeah.
And he thought it was just a nagging thing. Like, yeah. Like, I think even our initial reaction, I was like, get it checked out, dude.
Yeah.
And then you hear more about it and you're like,
it's tough.
It's a tough break. It's like Greg Bird when he broke a bone that 2% of the population have. He had all the tests. It still hurt. They told him it was a bone bruise. He tried to play through it. Took a while to diagnose it because it's a really rare thing and hard to diagnose. We're finding out this is the same thing. Go look at a skeleton picture of where that rib is. It's like
I found out you have a rib behind the collarbone. I did not know that.
Underneath all this muscle, especially all Judge's muscle, it's whatever. It is what it is. Hopefully it's fine. If it was like, a calf strain that he just played through and made it worse, we're talking about some weird, rare injury.
Yeah.
So it's tough to be
It sucks.
It sucks.
It's okay to say it sucks, but yeah, it's and again, it's attached to last year's stigma a little bit.
Yeah, I want to put last year's stigma in last year's stigma. So like,
I don't think we can. I hear what you're saying, but I can't.
I
can't.
They fired everyone. They redid the training staff. Paxton, Judge, Those were from last year, so you can lump those in if you want.
Was Stanton last year?
No, Stanton's calf strain was in spring, so it's not out there for me. So, I'm just over Yankee fans acting like Mets fans.
Wow, that's pretty rude saying that I'm still in that bucket and you're calling me a Mets fan.
Just like this is who we are now. It was one crazy season. The Dodgers the year before had the most injuries in the history of baseball.
Right.
In 2018, in 2019 they had like none. It's not who the Yankees are.
It's
now.
hopefully cyclical. I want to see it not happen before it does happen.
Yeah. Me too. But I'm ready. I'm a positive mindset.
Okay, I like that.
I don't like going into the season
that out of you.
Saying like, we suck, everyone.
No one's saying that. I think we just want our guys healthy, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I want them healthy as well. I'm just not freaking out over every minor update.
It was a tough intro to spring training.
The Paxton one, the Paxton and Judge one sucked.
Paxton and Judge, yeah, and that's what this person's mad about.
Sucks. No, but like with Britton, with Gary, with the calf strain, everyone's... Savvy was bad too.
Yeah.
That's the third one. So those are the three that were from 2019.
And I guess I'll use that as my example, like the fact that we don't even think of Sevy, where a lot of teams that would be like the first and only thing out of their mouth.
Those were all from 2019.
Yeah.
But I'm ready to like shed that.
I'm ready as well, but I want to shed it so I can shed it.
Like if you freaked out about the Britton thing and fired off a tweet like, "This is who we are now."
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, I'm with you on that.
Come on.
That's just looking for a reaction.
Yeah, you're just trying to be upset. So, I think that's all. You good?
I'm good.
Everyone enjoy your Friday. It's very weird because everything shut down. So, like last night, it felt like, oh, the world stopped. We're on a snow day. And I was like, wait, I'm going to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're going to do the same thing.
I have a very odd scope of New York City. I've lived here for a week.
Is anything different? Like, was your commute
just
different?
subways are emptier. The streets are quieter.
Really?
Yeah.
My bus was still packed.
No. Subway's pretty quiet this morning.
It's funny. I wonder if it's going to be, like, emptier and emptier. Less people to get us.
It has every day this week.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the bus was the same. Like, today we had to get up to give our seats away, so I couldn't cough. Bullshit.
Yeah.
All right, everyone, enjoy your weekend. We'll be back on Tuesday's show. We'll be back tomorrow with a mini episode. We have a couple of those left. And then, I don't know, stay tuned. Go Yanks. Tell them, Grams.
Go Yankees.